What is up, everybody? It is JG here, and today I'm going to be looking at the December 2018 update inside of Clash of Clans. We've got a bunch of new content that is coming to the game, which is really nice. We got a new siege machine, we got a new troop, a new spell in over 2 years. We haven't seen a new spell in like at least 2 years, which is, I think that's awesome. It's going to be great to see this new content inside of the game. Alright, so I'm going to go ahead and start off here by reading off the patch notes inside of the news tab in the game, and then I'm also going to give a little bit of input on some other things that I found that were actually changed inside of the update. Just little key things that, they didn't really mention, but at the same time are still significant. So the Winter 2018 update has arrived. There's tons of new content in this release, and we're here to break it all down for you. New troop, the Ice Golem. The Ice Golem is a brand new Dark Elixir troop that unlocks at Town Hall 11 when you upgrade I don't know why it says update, your Dark Barracks to level 8. So we're getting a new troop in the game. It's 15 housing space. I'm not positive on the cost and the stats, but what I do know is that when it hits defenses, it slows them down, similar to what the Ice Wizard did, as well as when it dies, it drops a free spell. Like, I have a feeling that the Ice Golem is going to replace golems inside of Goho raids at Town Hall 9. I mean, at least well, actually, no, it is available only at Town Hall 10, or no, Town Hall 11, sorry, so maybe that's stretching a little bit too far, but I do think that it will be replacing Giants in the Town Hall 11 Bow Witch raids. So it's going to be very interesting, as well as I think it's going to dominate defensive war CCs. I feel like this would be a huge thing, because if you can get your Ice Golem in a peak spot, it can freeze an entire army for 6 seconds at max level. That's insane. It's crazy. I'm excited to see how the community uses this. Alright, so the next addition is a new spell, the Bat Spell. The Bat Spell is a new Dark Elixir troop that targets enemy defenses with an army of angry bats. Now, I want to take a little bit of time to really talk about this. And again, like I said, I've delayed this recording until after I've seen the update and after I've seen people, play it here and there and actually been able to test out a few things myself. I'm going to link a video in the description made by Clash with Corey. I just want to give a shout out to him, because when I saw this video, I was like, okay, this is not good at all. He's showing a few Town Hall 10 raids with the Bat Spell, and oh my goodness, it is the most OP thing ever. I'm expecting a nerf, possibly even before this video goes out. I wouldn't be surprised. It's insane. Like, 10v10 hits are going to go up a ton in the CWL. Just 10v10 in general, it has just gotten so much easier with this Bat Spell. You can take out an entire base with 7 Bat Spells and a Rage. It's crazy. Or not an entire base, but it's a significant chunk of a base. And you'll see it in his video. I highly recommend you check it out. It's insane. I'm really hoping that they nerf this in the future, because if they don't, I personally think that 10v11 triples will be perfectly possible, because yes, it's that OP. Again, check out that video in the description. I highly recommend it. Alright, so with all of this content, we're also seeing a new siege machine, the Stone Slammer. The Stone Slammer is a brand new Town Hall 12 siege machine that targets enemy defenses from the skies by dropping devastating boulders and causing splash damage. So this is the first siege machine that actually doesn't target the Town Hall. It targets defenses. And as I'm going over this stuff, you'll see gameplay. You can see little peeks at it and stuff like that. I'll also pop up the stats on the screen of the level 1 ones. Just all that simple stuff. Just as you can have some eye candy in the background as I talk about it. But I haven't been able to test this out myself. But looking at how people are utilizing it, I'm excited to see how it's used. Not only for the fact that it targets defenses and does damage and tanks, also that it does more damage to walls than it does defenses. So I feel like this could be combined with some earthquake spells, possibly to clear some, clear some of the base for ground raids. I don't know. I think it'll be exciting to see this used. Alright, so with all of these new additions, the new siege, the new troop, the new spell, we're also seeing 2 new magic items introduced into the game, the Shovel of Obstacles and the Hero Potion. So the Shovel of Obstacles allows you to move a single obstacle on your village anywhere on the map. So those immovable obstacles that we'd always complain like, oh, it spawned in a bad spot, I want it somewhere else. Yeah, you can just move it. You could just move it wherever you want now with this thing, which is super cool. I think that's awesome. Granted, it is quite pricey. I will say that right now. 500 gems for one of them is kind of insane. I don't think anyone's going to pay $5 to move one obstacle in a certain spot, but you never know. And the Hero Potion will grant your hero 5+ levels up to the max allowed for your Town Hall. So what this basically means is that if you use this potion and you have level 38 heroes at Town Hall 10, you will only get level 40 heroes. It will not go to level 43. It's going to stop at 40 because that's the cap of the Town Hall. I think this is great. This honestly keeps it keeps new Town Hall players inside of war. Like, say for instance, I'll give you an example. My Town Hall 9, right? On my Town Hall 9 account, I have 10 heroes. 10 level 10 queen, level 10 king. One of these potions would bump it to 15, which is a huge significant boost, especially since it would upgrade the ability. So I think this is just a really nice way to keep people involved in war, especially in serious war clans who are looking to bring Town Hall 10s, Town Hall 9s, Town Hall 11s, Town Hall 12s, who actually have strong strong heroes and a strong offense. So with the new content that's coming into the game, we're also seeing new building levels for the Dark Barracks, the Dark Spell Factory, and the Siege Workshop, which it's pretty obvious. We get a new spell, upgraded Dark Spell Factory, we get a new troop, upgraded Dark Barracks, we get a new Siege Workshop, or we get a new Siege Machine, upgraded Siege Workshop. It's pretty straightforward. So now some other changes we are seeing to the home village. We're seeing a lot of changes. So anyways, new extra war layout slots are available. First extra slot costs 1,000 gems. Second extra slot costs 1,500 gems. And the third extra slot costs 2,000 gems. That's a lot of gems. That's 4,500 gems. That is a very significant number of gems. I think this is incredibly overpriced just for 3 extra war slots. So I mean, I don't know. I don't think that this is a really fair cost, but some people are going to do it. Some people are going to buy it because they want those extra war slots. Either way, it's cool that it's in the game, but I think the cost should be reduced, personally, in my opinion. I know Supercell is a business. They want to make money, but that's a little much, just saying. Because, how much is 4,500 gems? Let me think. That's almost like $20 to $30 worth of gems. That's kind of crazy just for 3 extra slots when you already have 3 that are free. Players can now change the Siege Machine / Clan Castle choice after the battle begins, but before any units have been deployed. I really, really, really like this. Okay, so basically, I should have it on screen here. Basically, mid-raid, you can change, and same thing for the Grand Warden. I should mention that now because it's probably going on as I'm talking, but now you can change the Grand Warden, what you want him set to in the middle of a raid. Same with the Siege Machine. So say, for instance, you start a raid without selecting the right siege. You can select that right siege in the middle of the raid. This is huge. This is going to save so many war raids. I can't tell you, I actually ended up losing a war for Warbusters because I didn't select my siege and I failed a dip. It was terrible. It was the worst day ever in terms of Clash of Clans. It was terrible. So this is honestly just these little quality of life changes are huge and will definitely just improve the game overall. So any excess league medals over the cap of 2,500 will receive their rewards in form of gems. The conversion rate is 10 league medals per gem. So that means that 100 league medals is 10 gems. That's the same thing as the magic item to gem conversion. This is terrible. Honestly, the conversion rate is awful. And apparently now there's a cap of 2,500, which it's hard to see that many players hitting that cap at some point. And it definitely does help players from stockpiling 10,000 of them, which is, nice. But still, to get 2,500, that's 4 to 5 seasons. That's a lot of seasons. That's 5-6 months of stockpiling. But it's good that they set a cap, in my opinion, so that way people don't hoard it. And right when they upgrade to Town Hall 12, they get maxed heroes instantly with the hero hammer. So I kind of like it. It's cool. But man, that conversion rate, that's killer. So don't go over the cap because you get scammed big time. Don't do it. So new achievements for signing in to your Supercell ID account. So if you basically if you link your account to a Supercell ID, which if you haven't done that by now, please do it. It's so helpful. You get a gem reward. I think that's cool. That'll give players more of an incentive to actually link their accounts to a Supercell ID. So there's also support for the 2018 iPad Pro model, which, that is what it is. That's just affecting those iPad Pro users. Very wide screen devices like the iPhone X and the Honor P20, I haven't heard of that before, but I need to look that up, will now have a bit more space to zoom out so players can see as much village as on any other device. I think this is cool. Again, I don't really have much experience with this or if it's problems or whatnot, but, again, just improvements to the game. Settings menu. Enable/disable 2-row unit deployment bar in home villages. Tablets only disabled by default. So basically what this does is this sticks 2 row of units of a units display. I'll have it on screen so you can see what it is. I think this is just a cool change. A lot of people, I've heard a lot of people saying, oh, it's too bulky, it's too big, the troops shouldn't gray out, they should just disappear so that way you can actually see the screen, I've heard a lot of controversial stuff about this, but at the same time, if this can help players from scrolling back and forth and they can see their entire army in front of them, I think it's still going to be a useful tool and still something that the war community will appreciate, at least. Maybe not all of them, but I think this will definitely help a few people out there. Alright, so with all of this new content coming to the main village, we're not seeing any new content for the builder base. That is going to happen in 2019. I presume January we're going to see Builder Hall 9, which is cool. That's cool. I don't like builder base a ton personally, but it's still nice to see that they're actually paying attention to it. So what they've done is they've reduced the cannon card DPS by 15%. They've made the third cannon card available at level 10 instead of level 16, which is really big. I think that's a really, really good change. Makes it more viable at the lower builder halls. Now, this is one that I saw coming. They've reduced the Super P.E.K.K.A HP by 5%. Makes sense. One I didn't see coming is they're increasing the Baby Dragon's HP by 7.5%. That's pretty cool. I'll take that. I use Baby Dragons. They're great. And they've also reduced the upgrade times of builder-based troops in the Star Laboratory. again, that's a really nice one because in my opinion, with having 16 levels on each troop, it takes a really long time to get them to max level, loot-wise and also time-wise. They just take forever to upgrade. So this is definitely a nice change for those players who, really want to make sure that they can get those troops up to max as fast as they can. They've also made it possible to upgrade the gem mine at level 3 in Builder Hall level 3. That just makes sense. You have a level 3 gem mine at Builder Hall 3. That just makes sense. And now with all of the new content out of the way, and the quality of life features and the balance changes and all that, we're going to look at some bug fixes. So some of these I didn't even know about, but I will mention them because they are worth mentioning. So anyways, bug fixes. The village editor mode does not reset to normal when toggling erase mode, while scout or wall mode is enabled. I didn't even know that was a thing, but now it's fixed, I guess. So now, hide the effects of unarmed traps when scout or wall mode is enabled. This is just helpful so that way you can see your base and whatnot, but again, I didn't even know it was a problem. So they fixed, again, wall wreckers getting stuck on decorations. Okay, that one's significant. I will say that one is huge because that's definitely messed up a couple of raids of mine. So they've also fixed the clan badge occasionally blinking for 1 frame when clan castle is in sleep mode. I haven't experienced this glitch myself. I don't know how it was super significant to the game, but they fixed it, whatever. Donated siege machines give 30 housing space to clan game tasks. That's one thing that I did notice. As a Town Hall 12, I can now donate sieges to my clanmates, and when I take up those donation tasks, it was only giving 1 troop space instead of 30, and even though in the, it'll up your donation count in the clan to 30, it didn't do that in the clan game, so I was hoping they'd fix that. Looks like they did. So, now, settings named during tutorial is correctly using the profanity filter instead of causing out of sync. So basically before, if you used a profane name, it would just crash the game and it wouldn't actually use the profanity filter. That's pretty funny. I'll give that to them. But they did fix that, so good on them for fixing that. So now the final 2 balance changes. The clock tower boost will remain paused after maintenance. That's a really nice one. Before it wouldn't pause. It hasn't affected me much, but still want to mention it here. And now, before starting a battle in the builder base, if a defensive building or trap is under construction, it will show its proper level in the graphics and the icon. So basically, you'll see all your troops. It'll say a building is upgrading. You'll be able to see the actual level of that thing, which is not a huge change. It's just a graphical change, but I still think it's something nice to improve the game. Also coming into this update, we're going to be seeing some new seasonal Clashmas content. We're going to see the new loading screen, the new holiday music. I mean, it's standard stuff. This was here last year. We're going to see the seasonal obstacle, which looks beautiful. I'll pop it up on screen right now. I absolutely love the design of it. Still not my favorite tree. I still honestly prefer the 2013 one, the fully white one. I love that one. And also, we are going to be getting some snow effects and snow-covered buildings. You can turn this off and on in the settings menu. Alright, so now I'm going to mention a few features in here that were not mentioned in the news, but I did want to mention them. Number 1 is a very, very straightforward feature. Now, basically, if you have a clan castle spell, like a haste spell, and it's in a different slot, it will automatically select that same spell if you have it in your spell factory. So say, for instance, I'm doing a Lava Hound raid, right? And I drop all my troops, I drop everything in, and I use my clan castle haste spell first. It will automatically switch from my clan castle haste spell to my other haste spells without me having to click anything. Before, you had to select those haste spells. So that's just a small little change. They didn't even mention it in the update features, but after toying around with the update for around a day, I was able to figure that out. As well as now, we've got another change. This is pretty cool. Now you can stash decorations, which I think is cool. I think it, actually allows players to not have to sell their decorations. Now, if you buy all the decorations, you stash them. You don't have to buy it again. You simply just have it, and you can put them around your base as you want. As you can see here on the screen, it's pretty cool. So, yeah. Okay, so now the third one is probably one that you may have a question about. I know I had a question about it just a little bit in the game, but it's this little obstacle right here, as you can see on the screen. What is it? It's a spiky cactus. Like, what is that? What is this supposed to be? Basically, what it is, it's a little promotion for Supercell's new game that has gone, I think it's going global either very soon or it's gone global already. I'm not positive. I don't keep up with it. Called Brawl Stars. If you haven't heard of it, you're probably living under a rock or you just don't care, one or the other. But yeah, basically, I was confused. I was like, why is this here? But basically, it is a Brawl Stars cactus. That's what it's supposed to represent. And it's in class just for a little bit, just to kind of promote their new game and stuff like that. So yeah, if you had questions on that, that is what it's for. It's not, like some crazy new obstacle or whatever. That's what it is. So yeah, I thought I would mention that because I know I had a bunch of questions. I probably dug around for like 2 hours trying to figure it out. And then me and my clan were talking. We're like, oh, wait a minute. Hold on. I'm seeing a connection here. So kind of pieced 2 and 2 together and kind of figured that one out. So that is going to do it for this update video. I hope you guys have enjoyed, and I hope I got everything. If I missed anything, please let me know in the comments, and I will discuss it from there. We can kind of branch off from there, see what I missed. I'm pretty sure I got as much as I possibly could, and if I did miss something, please let me know in the comments, so that way we can have it here. I try and make these videos as short as possible and also as informative as possible, just to let everyone know what's gotten into the game, what's changed, what hasn't, etc. you know, just to put it in one place to really kind of help out the community in my own special way. So yeah, that is going to do this video. Thank you guys for watching, and I will see you guys later. See ya!